Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you're doing good this morning and thank you so much for your time for joining us today in this webinar. I'm sure you must have so much of work to do this morning, but thanks again for your time for joining us. And even if you are watching the video, that will definitely help us and appreciate it. Okay, so today's agenda for this webinar is transforming your SaaS product having embedded analytics in them. This could be a good approach or maybe the best approach to decide with, but let's see how it goes in today's webinar. So in today's webinar, I and Tushar will be your host. I will be front-ending this webinar and Tushar will be working with me at the back end to help me. If you have any questions and queries, and later on the session as well, if you need to have further meetings or you need to discuss something, so Tushar will help you out to process that meeting, or maybe if you need to do something with any specific pricing related questions or something else. So Tushar is the first contact for you as an account manager. And I, as technical solution consultant over here, will be the first spoke for you for having any technical queries related to product reveal. So again, thank you so much. And let's deep dive into today's demo and let's see how it goes and how it helps. So the today's agenda for this webinar is over here on my screen. We have mainly a few points to discuss, like how you can shift your user expectations into a SaaS product and what they actually expect from your product nowadays, and how embedded BI is now essential, no more nice to have a feature. Challenges of building analytics in-house, what to look, or I would say what to look for a good embedded solution in your SaaS product. And at last, we will focus what Reveal is as a Reveal overview, how it's look like in a real time, with having a quick demo how Reveal can help you to achieve it. So to start with, as a new standard for any SaaS product in the market, we have many features to build as per user expectations. But to give them a good SaaS product, now each modern SaaS user expect more than a core functionality that you are building for their user experience, or not even user experience, their business experience and expectations as well. For example, real-time insights, interactive dashboards, and personalized data experience. What they are. Suppose you are building any SaaS product, and in that SaaS product, you are collecting so much of information, so much of log, or maybe just a generic form where users are entering their information so that you can take some decisions on based on that data. For example, you are making an application where you have some IoT devices, and that IoT devices is collecting so much of information every few seconds or on an interval of every few minutes or milliseconds. And that's a huge data that we have to plot somewhere as a real-time insights. And even not just real-time, those insights should be interactive so that user can go, they can add some filter to it, they can add some interactions, they can add some maybe the line markers on them like higher, lower. That means all in each functionality that any end user would expect from a SaaS product now, which is more than just a core functionality to interact with the data and to take decisions on based on that data that they have collected from different sources. Personalized data experience, that is all about they require now, so that they can have different form of the data that they help them to take decisions further. That's what we said. Embedded analytics gone from nice to have feature to a core approach, a core offering for a SaaS product as today's expectation for from an end user perspective. And when we talk about an embedded solution for a SaaS, we have to keep in mind many points, but out of them, there are few benefits, or I would say we have something, a differentiator values for our SaaS product that we can go and we can, I would say, achieve using embedded solution. The first is enhanced product differentiation. I'm sure you must be in a space where you must have lots of other competitors. What you are offering, I'm sure that must be unique, but the other competitors must have these kind of capabilities. And to differentiate your product into the market, we need to do something extra. And trust me, embedded BI can help, embedded analytics can help you to decide, or I would say, to offer your products to your end customer as a differentiator in the market. Having that helps you to increase your engagement from your end user perspective. So the end user engagement with your application, with your maybe your web solution will be increased. Instead of having some different things to do externally from your application, they must be having more engagement, more interactions with your own application once you have embedded solution in your application. That's how they'll have more satisfaction with the data, and that will help to take them a good decisions based on the data that they have collected. Next is, it creates new opportunities to modernize your, I would say, monetize your solution, monetize your offerings. When SaaS came in the market, I'm sure we have a SaaS product that helps our as a grow having a growth revenue for our company, for our product, because every SaaS came with annual or maybe monthly or quarter based subscription models, and that's how we can divide our new tiers for our solution now with having embedded BI that we will discuss how you can do that. But that will give you a new ways to monetize your solution and your offering into the market, and that's how you can have different pricing tiers to win more deals, drive retention from your end user through the sticky experience, and that sticky experience will help them to go and to do lots more that they were doing in the past with the data that they are I would say collecting in their solutions every day, and that's how it works. So this is not just only about the data. This is not just about the information that they are collecting. It's more than that. Embedded BI solution, it's more than that. It's more than a feature that they need to have in their product. So let's talk first about enhanced product differentiation. When you add an embedded solution in your product, itself you are going ahead in the competition, in the journey where your other customers is having maybe it's maybe finding some differentiation points, just to give you a clarity what product they need to go and what product they need to start with. So that's how having embedded in my solution can help me to do this. More, if we talk about more, it helps the product to stand out in the crowd that we discuss, turns the data into core values positioning, as well as it helps customer to take decisions on that. So you not just making a solution which has BI in it, also it gives an end user experience so that they can increase their data driven approaches, and they can take decisions based on the data that they have collected, give users insights, whether it's about maybe any solution, or competitors may not have this kind of feature, just to go ahead and just to use it in embedded solutions, become a reason for the customer to choose a platform, because that's what we said. Whenever you have a BI inside in your own application, you are increasing their experience without going anywhere else to create dashboard and to view dashboard. Everything whatever they are doing, they are creating inside in your own application, and this is a really a differentiator in the product market, and that will give you a, I would say, a plus 5 points as a differentiator whenever your end customer will be comparing your product with some other things as well. So that's how your product can be stand out in the market to have a new approach and new features. When you talk about these capabilities, so increasing user engagement and satisfaction inside in my own application, which is definitely a concern for many SaaS companies whenever they have they have to onboard new customers, and they find out like customer engagement on our platform is not good as as they expect from that product. But having embedded BI can do that and can elevate your end user experience and engagement along with the satisfaction inside in your own product. Now you can do that when more users likely to interact with your own application, whether it's need to be interacting with your dashboard, it's need to be use, I would say, reduce the external tools. Like we do have many BI solutions available in the market, but out of them, many BI solutions they require your end user need to be redirected from your own application to some external URLs so that they can create dashboard over there, or not even URL, sometime in many desktop application where your user need to go and they need to create dashboard. Just to create a dashboard, we require some external applications or some external URLs. That means we are asking my users to leave my platform, to leave my application, and to go out to create some dashboard. And then we put those dashboard in my application, maybe using some iframes and all. And you know that iframe makes my dome, my page is heavier than we expect, or when than we or any, and that comes with performance challenges as well. Many a time it caused me an issue with resolutions on different screen size, because iframe executes its dashboard or renders its dashboard separately than the design system that you have achieved in your own application. So that's how we can increase productive values for our softwares whenever we have embedded BI, because we are not asking my end user to move out from my application just to create dashboard or just to view dash something else. Everything that they wanted to see, that will be in my own application. So that approach drives more frequent meaningful uses of my application. So customer would like to come every day on a platform, not just to see the dashboard, what going around to the data, what happens, and what are the data or data driven decisions they should take today. And that's how they can come. And this kind of approach again will help us to retain our customer experience inside in our own application. The user who play a key role in the product insights, they don't just need to see the dashboard. Actually, they need to see the insights, what is going through out their product, what is going through their ecosystem, or their offices, or their any other solution where you build it. One more thing I would like to highlight over here is when you use any BI, just a BI solution in your product, they built for a generic purpose requirement. They are not meant for a specific use case. Like if you use any BI solution, they need to do some kind of a queries for on the front end to get the expected data set, so that because they are built for general purpose, they can be used for, maybe I would say, in logistics, they can be used into FMCG, they can be used into IT firms. So these BI solution can be used anywhere, and that's why they are generic, and you need to depend on the customer's education, the end user's education. If they are technical enough, they can write I would say queries to get the expected output. But when you use embedded solution, that helps your customer retention, because whatever you need to show them as a data source, whatever they need to do as a query, we can control all these things at my applications from the behind of the code. And that helps our customer not to do more technical stuff at the front end, and that's a customer came back on my platform just to enjoy more I would say database decisions. And that's how we can retain our customers experience on my platform, with give them a freedom just to do a WYSIWYG way, where they can go and they can create dashboard. And if there's something specific that they require to get out of the data set altogether, we can do that at back end of what they need to see in the product. We can define those data sources at the back end, and that elevate your end customers experience and their retention rate as well. As we discussed, having embedded BI in my solutions help us to create new ways to monetize, I would say, our product and its offering in many ways. Like we can share our pricing models based on the capability, or I would say, like suppose you have your SaaS product and there you have divided up a few things in this pricing tier where they can go and they can use kind of just your solution, the core offerings, but you can have a separate offering for BI solution as well. So if you wanted to go ahead and you wanted to onboard new customers and they have pricing in their mind, but they are still happy if you directly put that BI in your product. So that will be a good to, I would say, an appreciated approach from your end customer per se. But whenever you have to monetize in a new way, you can define it, definitely you can define it as a new tier, as a new pricing tier as well as new add-ons for the premium dashboard in the export. Suppose you have some few basic classical dashboards for each and every customer that came on your platform and they buy a basic or the standard pricing. But if you wanted to monetize further, you can have some premium dashboard or some export capabilities or some different exports features for a different pricing tier where user will definitely like to upgrade their existing subscription so that you can get more dollars to your company into your product as well. You can definitely upsell these functionality to the existing customer as well. So that will help you out in many of ways to go ahead and to monetize your current experience for your end user. So whenever we wanted to have embedded BI solution in my own application, so the first question came as a product owner, as a CTO, as a CXO at my product company. So the first question came, should we go and should we build our own embedded solution instead of buying something? So the first question came into the market, build versus buy or buy versus build, whatever you like to say. So we have to focus like how and what should be the turnaround time so that we can take our product to the market before any other competition do that the same approach. We should keep in mind whenever we start building something, it takes long development cycle. We need to have more sprints to develop my application, more sprints to test its user experience, more sprints to test its business logic and its functionality and many other use cases. So the development cycle will be higher, definitely higher, with having lots of I would say people in my team. The retention of the people is high, the salaries and the investment on the product, and as well the time that you are investing on your product, it's higher than anything else. High cost and maintenance that we discussed because retaining users who have built this solution in my application for a long time, it's quite high, and as well as maintaining a same product that you have built for your purpose only, it's quite high whether you go and you buy something because that is going to be adopted many customer as well outside in the market. Risk of inconsistent UX experience because that inconsistent user experience is increasing in your application, not even just in your application and throughout the user experience world where you have to be focused about user experiences because you are building everything by yourself. But once we leave this approach apart and we think about the buying approach, so what should be the pros about that? So buying purpose built for a solution. It's faster time to take my product into the market. So the go to market time strategies, GTM strategies will be higher, will be faster. Lower development overhead because you have reduced your overhead of developing the entire BI solution. Now, what you are doing, you are just customizing the existing APIs that provided by a solution as per your design system, as per your user experience, as per your product itself. So you have just a lower thing to do, just a customization thing to do, just to adopt that in your product. Scalable, secure, and optimizable. Scalable because the product that comes with the features that you can definitely scale your existing offering to your end customer, having a readily available product in the market. It's secure because whatever you are doing, it's not like something you have to host something outside of your application. Whatever you are doing, whatever you have deployed, where you have deployed, the sticky will go along with your product. If it's product something like that we are going to discuss about, they still may have many embedded solutions. They are not actually embedded. They call themselves as an purely embedded, but they are just as in something tool that help you to give them a embedded like solution. But when you talk about the product that we are going to discuss today, it's secure than anything else. because it's deploy along with your application. Where you deploy your application, it will go along with that. It's customizable as your requirement. I have a beautiful example to show you today how easy it is to customize and how beautiful it is when you customize as per your requirement. So that's how you can do that. Key challenges for a SaaS companies to face when they start doing that: lack of internal analytics expertise. When you start building your own something, in that case, limited engineering resources, maintaining performance and scalability, because you have to focus on your business logic, or your other core offering as well. BI is not something that is your core offering, so you have to focus on your core offering as well as on the solution that you are building, the analytics piece of your application that you are building for your customer. So that's the key challenges that you have to focus in ensuring a seamless branded experience, right? I'm sure that must be a first expectation when you would have something in your own product that should match with your exact design system that your product adopted, that your product has with its own, I would say, the global design system. So ensuring that having a seamless branding and experience, it's also a key challenge for a SaaS company. But when you go and when you see something as an embedded solution, that will not more that will not more be a challenge for you. What a great embedded analytics look like, as we discussed, having real-time data streaming in your application, full customization dashboard, a white label that match to your branding and theme, end user self-service enabled capabilities where end user can go and can drag drop to create dashboard when they want to do, even not just dashboard, if any custom fields which is not available at my original data source as well, scalable for multi-tenant as well. So that means if you have the same dashboard which need to be loaded or filled with the data, but that based on the user logged in, who logged in, so based on them I need to change the data altogether, kind of multi-tenancy architecture, that is definitely doable with that. How Reveal can solve it? So Reveal comes into the market as an offering, as an SDK offering that fits in your any front end like Angular, React, and Blazor, as well as with your backend like .NET, Java, and Node. And that's how that SDK gives you a freedom just to go and just to use its APIs and just customize them. So that's what we discuss. You just need to divide your load. Instead of writing the whole solution, you just need to do the customization in your product, and that will be offered by Reveal SDK, full white label solution. There will be no badging of Reveal, and you have, I would say, many capability are available over there, even that you can customize as per your requirement. No iframe at all. Again, I would say a brownie point for you to win and to talk about its performance to your end users, because there is no iframe. So that means each and every dashboard that will be loaded, that will be responsive in nature, that will be lightweighted, as it's just a HTML and JavaScript for the end users, rich interactivity and visualizations for end users. They can interact with visualization, they can change visualization, they can do more on the visualization and in-app dashboard creation for end user. This is again, you should highlight whenever you're pitching your SaaS product to the customer. When any end customer going to create dashboard, there's no more dependency required on some external tool to create dashboard, or whatever they need to do, whether it's need to create dashboard, it's need to view dashboard, or any BI experience that will be having in app experience. So these are a few points that you should keep talking about to your customer when you approach a SaaS solution, because the reveal will help you out to achieve that. So you can go and you can use that. How reveals look like? Just to give you an example, we have a Acme Analytics sample, if you can see. So this Acme Analytics sample is nothing but it's a sample that will help you to see how we can we can use embedded BI inside an application. This Acme Analytics is just a sample, and this whole design, this blue at the left side blue kind of menu, does not come from Reveal. It's your own application design. All the tiles on the top right side list, these are coming from your own applications and its own design. But when you see this customer overview section, this is something which is coming from your, I would say, BI experience, and that has a different visits to interact with. And this whole experience will give you everything that you would expect from any BI solution, whether it's need to be interaction like maximizing, minimizing. It's need to be like you need to drill down something. If I'll go maximize, I can see that I can drill down some specific dates, and that's all happening without any coding. It's kind of a low code for a solution. They can just quickly drag drop some dates, and this drill down can be achieved. If they need to see that aggregated data information, what we have used to create this visualization, here at the top there is a grid icon that can help you out to view that. And even not just to view, even if you want to do some further maybe sorting on that, if you want to do some sorting like ascending descending based on the sales price. So these all kind of capabilities came by default with the product. You do not have to worry about its design. You can go back to the original design, you can interact with them. If you want to load more for the dashboards, you can have a list of a dashboard, and when you click on them, it will hit I will say it will hit an API that will hit just a microservice that will be taking responsibility to respond for any request that you need to like you need to have a new dashboard, you need to view dashboard, or do you need to add a dashboard of any other kind of a services. So when you do that, suppose I click on banking. Now by clicking on this button, it's actually making an API call at the backend, which is sending a most lightweighted dashboard form, which is just a JSON information. And our client SDK, it's rendering into a beautiful meaning, I will say, visualization. You can see that on your screen. Okay, so this kind of BI experience we wanted to give to my own customer. Like if we need to interact with, they can do that. If they need to edit, you can see we have a lot more options over here, and these all options are customizable from the code behind. It's simply like API that needs and boolean value true and false. By default we have provided true, but you can do that as a false. And when any customer logs in your application, you can take a decision whether you need to enable it as a true or you need to make it false. Completely your choice. So similarly, you have more features to customize, like export features. We have exporting images, PDFs, PowerPoints, Excel, and many these kind of features are there. And you just click on them, it will help you to export. Like if I click on image, it will help you to take a snapshot of this entire dashboard, and you will have an option to do that on your, maybe just to clip on the clipboard, or you can do that further. So here we have a list from where you can load some different dashboards. So again, this list is not a component that is coming from Reveal. It's your own application component where you have a list. You can have different user experience for that. Instead of having this tile list, you can have a drop down kind of experience where your user can type like a search box, and you can autofill by specific suggested names. And then know if they even click on some, like I'll click on this image, like employee sales analysis. So you can see that this dashboard come. And the best part, if you notice, original dashboard has similar experience like its thumbnail. So this thumbnail is not a static image. It's actually an API. There's an API where you provide a dashboard ID, and it's give you an icon of this dashboard just to give a beautiful experience for your end customers. Like if we have I would say like customer like me, more than a text, I prefer images context that helps me to keep remind things faster. So that's how this thumbnail kind of approach will definitely help you out. So while doing that, I'm just enabling a poll as well in the webinar, in the Q&A. I would definitely appreciate if you go and if you submit your poll into the chat. So I have enabled a poll into the chat. I'm sure you must be accessible with that poll so that you can go and you can answer these polls. And if you have any specific question before I wrapping up this session, you can leave your questions into the chat box into the Q&A. My co-host Tushar will help you out to answer them, or I would definitely answer those in my in end of the session. So that will be appreciated. So that's how you can use BI whenever this about not that BI only. Even if you need to create dashboards, you can see that we can offer some data sources. We have 30 plus data sources in my solution. We have choose a few from the right now. Suppose I'm going to choose a spreadsheet. You can see that I can go ahead, I can preview the data, and this is how simply I can test my data whether we are sitting on right data or not, and simply we can just do that drill down capability on drag drop capability, just a WYSIWYG, and I can see that what was my income. If I you need to do that like a marketing income or something, if you need to compare two things like income versus spend, how much you have spent, you they can be two different bars altogether. You can go and the settings over there just to change many options, like do you want to see the title or not in the real time, what do you want to see the legends or not, do you want to see or change the type color, and all these color in the palettes can be customized from your customized themes and designs. This is something you can do, that you can do more into it, like you want to enable as a currency instead of having some as a number. I can go and I can find it as a currency, as it's a dollars that I have spent on my data or on my approach or marketing strategies. I should go and I should enable more like large number formatting into it. Like I can go and I can make it auto. This will show you now the data. It's in million and billions and thousands. You should go and you should do it like the large number formatting. You can do that for, even if you need to do more, like you need to enable maybe the maximize and kind of these fixed lines, you can do that too without having any code or something. A fixed line maybe like highest number. So here's the highest line for both. I should have an average number also, but now they came with its own design. If you wanted to change the design, you can come over here, you can change its style. The line color, suppose I wanted to change as a blue. Good. It's blue now. Not blue just, I want to change as style from solid to dotted as well or dashed as well. That is your expectation. You can achieve. Similarly, you can do for other as well. That's how you can say that. So this is a first visualization. You can give it a name. You can save it. At the back end, it will be saved somewhere into your database or something else. So that's how you can quickly create dashboard and you can achieve your dashboarding experience with Reveal inside your own application. So we would love to have more questions. We would love to have more demos with you. If you have any questions and you need to have a personalized demo request, you can definitely leave us an email to directly to me, Nitin Sharma, my name, solution consultant, the role I'm representing at Reveal. And definitely here's my email ID or Tushar's email ID that will help you out to start a new thread as a private conversation from where we can ask a few more questions from us. And we would appreciate if you have any quick question and answer. Tushar, do we have any Q&A at the back end? Okay. So thank you so much everyone for your time today. I'm sure you must have a few, which say many questions in your mind, but we can take them later on as well. So please feel free to write us on our given email IDs. Thank you so much for your time.